Western leaders have criticized Donald Trump for saying he would not protect NATO allies who are not spending enough on defense from Russian attacks. The Republican frontrunner, Trump, said he had previously told NATO states he would encourage Russia to do whatever they want if they didn't fulfill their commitments to the bloc. Trump has regularly lashed out at members of the alliance for failing to spend at least 2% of their economic output on defense. Now, the EU's foreign policy chief has condemned Trump's comments, saying NATO is not an alliance where members can pick and choose their own rules.
Let's be serious. NATO cannot be a la carte military alliance, cannot be a military alliance that works depending on the humor of the president of the US on those days. It's not yes, now yes, tomorrow no, it depends, who are you? Now, come on, let's be serious.
Josep Borrell speaking there. Now let's go straight to DW correspondent Terry Schultz in Brussels. Terry, strong words there from Josep Borrell. How have NATO members reacted to Trump's comments?
Well, I think that they're sort of in the middle between not wanting to react too strongly. After all, this is just a campaign statement by a man who has not been elected to office yet, and being very worried that it would give Vladimir Putin some impetus for thinking he could go further into NATO territory. I think they will, for the moment, come down, as Josep Borrell has, on this is not a serious statement. And, you know, they may also give more credit to Putin than that Putin himself doesn't take this seriously and doesn't, in fact, think that the United States would stand by and watch him violate the territory of NATO. But I think one of the strongest signs that we've seen that NATO is not going to simply silently take this abuse from Donald Trump again is that on Sunday, NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg came out with a statement rejecting Trump's comments. And that's highly unusual for the Secretary General to respond to comments like this, especially on a domestic political process. And he said that this is, you know, not something that is realistic. He said that if there were an attack on NATO, all allies would come to the defense of a country that's attacked. And he reminded Donald Trump that U.S. soldiers themselves would be at risk if NATO's Article 5, all for one and one for all, were really put to the test.
Now, which will be the countries hypothetically affected by Trump's threat not to honor Article 5?
Well, this is the ironic thing. The countries that aren't spending enough are not the ones along the border with Russia. All of those allies are spending far above 2%. If you look at the Baltic states, if you look at Poland, up at 4% of GDP. So the countries that Vladimir Putin would be closest to, and the ones which he often threatens, are not the ones that are under that 2% of GDP threshold. Those countries are like Canada, which is not likely to be invaded by Russia, or Italy or Belgium. They're all spending way below 2%, but not really on Vladimir Putin's front burner.
DW's Terry Schultz there talking to us from Brussels. Thank you.